Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Storytime video. In this video, we're going to be looking at some of the stories from the r/idon'tworkherelady subreddit. If you enjoy these videos, do consider subscribing so that you don't miss another video, but for now, let's enjoy some funny Reddit stories. Background: I'm an amputee after a summer 2017 car accident. Left leg. This story takes place like 2 or 3 weeks after I got my cast off, so forgive me if I can't remember the details well. Also, I'm a woman. Setting: Safeway, grocery store chain. Me: wearing a teal top with grey shorts. In a wheelchair, of vital importance. One leg. I was at the store to get some stuff for dinner and looking down the baking aisle. I was in a bit of a rush. I had grabbed a couple things and was trying to turn around to leave the aisle. As you probably expected, an older lady came up to me and asked for help. I'm terrible with saying no, so I reluctantly said, okay. Again, I'm in grey shorts and a teal top. Clearly not an employee who wears black pants and either a black or tan shirt. And clearly in a wheelchair. Let's call the lady Karen. I need this thing. I don't remember what. From up there. Points to the top of the shelf, miles above my sitting height. I would have done it if I was whole, but I have terrible balance now and I don't like to stand without my crutches. Okay, what do you want from me? Well, I want you to get it for me. Me being me. How? Just stand up and get it. You can see I'm in a wheelchair, right? So, you need to help customers. Me, still not clicking. Me? Yes, you. An employee should always put customers first. Me, who finally gets what Karen's saying. Oh, I'm a customer, not an employee. Sorry. Karen looks as if she's finally seen light and takes in my entire appearance. She somehow went pale and red at the same time. I'm still amazed by that feat, and rushed off. Okay, like, even if she was an employee, what does she expect her to do? Like, the employee obviously can't reach to the high shelves if she's in a wheelchair. Oh, and if you're listening, Karen, I just want the kids back. Like, just one time a week is all I ask, please. I don't work here, but I'm a regular. There's a Winco store I shop at regularly. Started going there because it was the only 24-hour store, and I'm usually closer at my job, so shopping choices are very slim by the time I clock out. But I've been going there for years at this point. Enough that everyone there recognises me, and I'm familiar with pretty much the entire store. I stopped by the other night to grab a few things, and was heading down the pasta aisle to grab some noodles. I walk with a cane, and the time I usually shop is the restocking shift, so the middle of every aisle is full of boxes. Because of these two facts, I have to plan ahead when hobbling down to grab something. Normally I'd ride one of the scooters, but I was feeling better than usual that day, so I thought I'd hoof it. That's really the only reason I noticed the older couple in the aisle with their own car, looking a bit lost. The lady was holding her list, they were both glancing over it. Since my attention was already on them, I couldn't help but overhear them as I was passing by. So, now we need soy sauce. Do you know where it is? You need soy sauce? The lady was looking a bit confused. Yes. It's the next aisle over, right side, all the way at the end. The shelf it's on is about waist height. Do you work here? No, but I've been shopping here for ages. I love this store. Oh, me too. We just moved from California and we had a Winco near home there, so we were glad to find one here too. We ended up chatting for a few minutes, while her husband had the long-suffering look of a guy who knows how much his wife likes to talk. Eventually, we said our goodbyes, but I would still see them every other aisle, which made Lady and I both laugh. Poor gent though, definitely didn't like shopping. No drama, just something short and sweet for you folks. That is literally the first wholesome story on this subreddit I've ever seen. Wow, that's actually really good. Is the grapefruit on fire? It has always struck me as odd that someone would be so unobservant that they would assume an individual worked at a store even though they were wearing the uniform of a different store. Yesterday, however, it was proven to me that some people are absolutely incapable of observing the world around them. I work for a large metropolitan fire department, and yesterday, while on duty, my crew and I stopped at a grocery store to pick up food for our 48-hour shift. A co-worker and I were in the produce department of a local grocery store, wearing uniform, badge, shirts, and our bunker gear. It could not have been more obvious that A, we were firefighters, and B, we did not work for this grocery store chain. This, however, did not stop a woman from walking up to us and asking us where we kept our grapefruit. My co-worker and I were obviously a little confused as to why she would be asking us this, and the confusion must have been evident on our faces, as we looked at each other, then down at the gear we were wearing, then back up at her. Through the few seconds that this took, she remained completely oblivious to the fact we were not grocery store employees, staring at us and waiting for her answer. When I told her that we did not work for the grocery store, she seemed more irritated than surprised and walked away in a huff. Some people really don't have the common sense, or that God-granted turnip. Work dress is business shirt and tie, with black dress pants and black business shoes. The boss does not care about the colour of the shirt and tie, as long as you look professional. Today, I came into work wearing a pale blue shirt with a dark blue tie. Air conditioning at work is horrible, and being in 35 degrees Celsius was exhausting. Across the road is a shopping complex, and their air conditioning is great. So I go over there for lunch and look around while on break to enjoy the coolness. I enter a retail store. Their uniform is a polo shirt in a dark navy blue with the store name on the chest. Walking around, I hear some commotion going on. Sounds like a family arguing. In this area, a common occurrence. So I just keep looking around when I see this old lady come from where the commotion was and looking at me. "Excuse me?" "Yes?" "You need to fire that employee over there." I looked over to where the old lady was pointing. To some guy who, while had a shirt on similar to the store, there was clearly no store name embroidered onto the breast of the shirt. "I'm sorry, but..." "He refused to help me, even though he works here. Fire him now, or I'll get you fired too." I started to raise my voice. "Ma'am, I cannot fire him. He's clearly not a member of staff, and that is not the store uniform." The old lady looks back at him, quick once over before turning back to me. I think she was going to say something before I continued. "Now, if you want to complain about me, go right ahead, because I do not work here either." The look on the old lady's face was a mixture of embarrassment and rage. I found her at the customer service desk, possibly complaining to the unfortunate staff member behind the counter. Glad she found someone on the third try, but hope she cooled down before talking to them. That's a double whammy, but what would be even better is if the guy behind the counter was actually there because he dropped something, and then the woman started complaining to him as well. Oh, that would just be perfect. Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a really good day. The support recently has been amazing, so thank you to all who have subscribed and even just left a like or a comment. It really does help and it motivates us to do even more stories like this. But thank you for watching and I will see you tomorrow.